So an inquest continues into the Bayesian yacht sinking, and a hearing was held yesterday in Ipswich on the 15th of April. The Bayesian yacht sank, of course, on the 19th of August last year in the early hours of the morning after what is suspected to have been a freak weather event. 7 people died in the sinking, including tech millionaire Mike Lynch, the owner of the yacht, his 18-year-old daughter Hannah, the president of Morgan Stanley, Jonathan Bloomer, and his wife Anne, Chris Morvillo, a lawyer from the law firm Clifford Chance, who represented Mike Lynch in his court case in the US, and his wife Nada, and crew member Antiguan Canadian chef Ricardo Thomas. They were actually on board for a celebration of winning that court case in the US when this incident happened. Now, at the inquest, the Marine Accident Investigation Branch, or the MAIB, said they're going to release an interim report into the sinking of the Italian-built sailing yacht in the next 4 to 6 weeks. The inquest is being held into the deaths of the British tycoon Michael Lynch and the other 6 who died when the yacht sank in Italy. The inquest review was led by a coroner, Nigel Parsley, and it was attended by members of the family of those who died. Also in attendance was a lawyer for the captain, James Cutfield, and also a representative for Ricardo Thomas, the chef who died in the incident. The court also received updates from the investigation so far, including information from the MAIB. They also discussed what the scope of this investigation is going to be. The MAIB also said that the raising of the sunken sailing yacht should be completed by the end of May. Now, interestingly on that, we've been tracking this, of course. The dates we've been given is the raising operation effectively will start on the 20th of this month, 20th of April, and it should be completed around the 15th of May. Now, this is probably going to be, it's probably going to get delayed for one reason or another when they come across various issues whilst trying to recover that vessel. They've actually been working on the recovery operation. They're not just going to start on the 20th of April. They've been going down, sending divers down since last year, recovering as much as they could and removing things from the vessel before the vessel is raised, to try and lighten the vessel, etc. Now, the final report from the MAIB won't be released until the vessel has been raised and has been examined by all of those involved. Obviously, the Italian investigators will be leading the investigation because it happened in Italy, but the MAIB will be there also, and they'll be doing their own report. Now, there is a criminal investigation underway in Italy into the captain, the deckhand who was on watch at the time, and the engineer who was on duty the night the vessel sank. Now, this inquest. This is sort of a pre-inquest hearing, and it was designed to set up how they'll continue, as new information comes in. There's not going to be a jury, but the MCA, the Maritime Coast Guard Agency, said they're investigating culpability and any breaches in maritime legislation. Mark Ham from the MCA said virtually all the crew members do not live in the UK, which means we are reliant on foreign jurisdictions to gather evidence. However, the MCA is hoping to examine the vessel within a matter of months. Ham went on to say, clearly waiting for that vessel to be raised. When the vessel is raised, it will be transported to a hangar or a shed where the vessel will be put inside, and then they will start the investigation from there. Now, just hours after the vessel sank, the chief executive of the Italian Sea Group, Giovanni Costantino, which owns other boat brands, including the yacht builder Perini Navi, he told the Financial Times that the Bayesian was designed to be absolutely stable and carry the world's second tallest mast. He said the boat sank because it took on water, suggesting that proper procedures were not followed. He suggested the large opening just above the waterline on the stern, or shell door, which pivots down to make a bathing platform and launching point for small boats, may have been open and become flooded. However, the photos taken the night of the sinking by passengers on a nearby ship called the Sir Robert Baden-Powell were released by that ship's captain, which seems to show the shell doors closed, which seems to refute claims it had been left open. Now, when they raised the vessel, we'll obviously get the answer to that. I'm sure they already know whether that door was left open or not. Now, when the hull is raised out of the water, the door being in the closed position does not guarantee that it was closed when the vessel sank. It could theoretically, to hydraulically operate a door, could have closed as the vessel went down on its side and crashed down onto the seabed. What they'll have to do is they'll have to examine the position of the hydraulic pins inside the door once they get it out of the water. That will tell them if it was dogged, if it was closed and dogged. In other words, the door could have flipped closed and not been in the dogged position, after the sinking. We'll find that out once they raise that vessel. Thanks very much for watching this video. You've been watching a SuperYacht News clip. If you'd like to see the full unedited SuperYacht News video, you can click on the link over here. You can also find our channel links below here. And if you'd like to see more shorter videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to this channel.